There is a short incident. What happened actually, I was just in the class and a girl just said some curse word to me. And I said, same to me. Then I realized that this was something wrong. I don't need to say that. Practice, basically a description practice in which you just select any random object because we all are so busy to practice our English. So you
Yes.
can select any random object and start making 5 sentences in English in your mind.
Three
So
tips you would give to our audience to improve their English language.
actually, I have watched a documentary about Mercedes. So the person actually struggled a lot, and after a lot of struggle, when he died, then he got that success. When I started, I had zero confidence. Even if when people just appreciate me, I was like, no, they are just cracking jokes.
Hey Anna, how are you?
I'm great. What about you?
I'm doing good. So normally we start our conversation with the introduction. So I would like to know more about you, how you started your YouTube channel, what you are doing currently, and yeah.
All right. Okay, so my name is Anna, as you know, and it's been almost 4 years that I'm doing this. Firstly, I've started as an English instructor, and I used to watch lots of videos in English accent, and I adopt that accent. Then once I've uploaded, like 4 years ago, I've uploaded a video, and then people liked it. So I got appreciation, and now it's been almost 4 years that I'm into it. And I have my language institute, Anna's Learning Corner, where we teach British accent, American accent, and we work on communication skills, the voice modulation stuff. That's a brief introduction about myself.
Okay, great introduction. And how come you got the idea that you should post videos on YouTube and you should teach English through YouTube platform?
That's an interesting question. All right. So, actually, I was working somewhere and they were giving me a very limited salary. And then suddenly their student count actually raised from 15 to 110.
Okay.
And then I realized that it was because of marketing, but because they actually displayed my video and they got so many of the students. And yeah, then I thought that why not I need to start my own. Then I uploaded a video on YouTube, and my first 5 students I got from YouTube. So that's why.
Oh, great. It means like you were teaching somewhere and then they posted your video, and because of your video they got more students.
Yes, exactly. Because students will stay. You can just got sustainable student community when the teacher is good, when instructor is good. So they keep enrolling, they keep re-registering themselves.
Okay. And when did you start your English journey? When you felt like learning English is very important, and why you think English is important?
All right. So there is a short incident. What happened actually, I was just in the class and a girl just said some curse word to me. And I said, same to me. Then I realized that this was something wrong. I don't need to say that. Then in the second year, I wasn't even able to speak a single word of English, although I know English, but I wasn't even able to speak a single word. Then I realized that I can't like survive without this language because everyone around me was just talking in English. So
Okay.
then I realized, and then I just quit watching anything in any other language. I just switched to English. Like I used to watch makeup tutorials in English, everything in English. And then I adopt it.
Okay. And how old you were when this incident happened?
I was like, this incident, I was in my matriculation. I was about like 17.
Okay. So you were studying in
Yes.
Pakistan only, or you did your school
Yes.
in Pakistan?
No, no, no. No, I have completed my studies from a government school.
Okay.
Yes, and mostly students think that we really need to go to a posh schools or a lavish school system if we want to adopt a specific accent. But it's nothing like that. Your mindset needs to be a good one.
Correct. So was it English medium or Urdu medium?
Yes, that was English medium.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And why British accent? Any reason why you're working so much on your accent?
Hmm. All right. I always quote this quotation. There's a quotation by Nelson Mandela that if you want people to listen to you and deep dive into your conversation, so you have to listen to them and speak their own native language. Then your conversation will be dive deep into their heart. But if you will talk to your native language and you get yourself translated, then it will be just in their mind, and then later on they'll forget. So when you talk to the other person's accent, there is a specific compassion that the other person feel. So this thing matters a lot. That's why I think like if we are talking in Hindi or in Urdu or in any language, so what if we can talk in a specific native accent? It seems more good, more attractive. So I think the standard accents we have these two. That's why I am more into accent.
Okay. And your students are from Pakistan only, or it's from all over the world?
Yeah, it's from all over the world. Mostly students are from Saudi Arabia, they're from Malaysia also, they are from Canada also. A lot of students are from Canada also.
Okay.
The students who migrated because of studies.
Okay. So talking
Yes.
about English language, I see a lot of people, they have fear of judgment, they hesitate while speaking, they don't want to
Mm.
start, you know. So what are the tips or what are the things you will tell our audiences to improve or to overcome that hesitation, that fear of judgment?
Yes, that's a very common thing. Like they know English, they know everything about English, but they have fear of being judged.
Yes.
So it's all about your mind. Like you have fear in your mind, what if I will get out of my comfort zone? That's the biggest barrier, your own comfort zone. So I think your mind needs to start it thinking in English. It's just like when you have a specific song in your mind for the whole day. So you end up singing the beats of that song unconsciously
Yes.
because you keep listening to that song on a loop. So you have to listen to this language and normalize it. Then you can reduce your fear. A fear can never be removed, it can be reduced because you're trying something new. So you can reduce it by normalizing it. So listen this language as much as you can and keep thinking in this language. There's a practice, basically a description practice, in which you just select any random object because we all are so busy to practice our English. So you
Yes.
can select any random object and start making 5 sentences in English in your mind. So this practice will help you a lot to think in English rather than to speak. And it can remove your fear also.
Okay. uh, Object in the sense we have to pick one object, like for example a plant, and then around that word we have to
Yes.
make five statements.
Yes, we have to make 5 detailed sentences on the benefits of that object in English and complete 5 sentences. Like, don't quit by making 2 or 3 sentences. Complete your 5 sentences. Your first 3 sentences will be easier for you, but the last two will be a bit challenging for you. So, this practice will actually open up your mind to English because you are now thinking in English. That's the major barrier. We think in our native language, we translate, and it goes on. So when we directly think in English, it will become easier for us.
Okay, so basically you're saying that more exposure to English will reduce that fear of
Yes.
judgment.
Yes, I think learning a new language is like interacting to a new person or entering a new person in your life. When you have someone new in your life, maybe a new partner, so what happens? You feel little uncomfortable when you interact. But meanwhile, when you spend a lot of time interacting, talking, listening, so you feel comfortable meanwhile. So it is like this.
Yeah, not only English, but even if we learn anything, like whatever we
Yes.
learn, initially it is very difficult for us, we are like out of our comfort zone, and then there are so much self-doubt and, fear and everything. But slowly and gradually, when we practice it continuously, then obviously
Hmm.
that fear goes away. So practice is very
Exactly.
important.
Yes, yes. We all have 24 hours. But what basically happens is we think we have no time. We have a lot of time to do things, but because of procrastination, we don't prefer to do it. We prefer to lay down, we prefer to complain sometimes and make excuses. So I
Yeah.
think we need to manage at least just 5 to 10 minutes if you want to learn something new.
Actually, I think time management is missing from our lives. So that is also a
Yes.
difficult thing. Even I have a lot of things like I need to learn this, I need to read this, but then, I'm like, I'm so busy, I don't have time for anything.
Yes, time management is very important. It's all about your mind. Whatever you dictate your mind will work accordingly and just dictate your body too. Because in our speaking classes, we don't just provide the English sessions, we provide the voice modulation. And in voice modulation, there is a breathing practice, which is kind of a meditation,
Mhm.
Buddhism meditation involved. In that meditation, basically, you have your focus is increased, your mind is healed, and your mind is not distracted. You are mindful of this moment. Because a lot of times what happen is students learn a lot of vocabulary words, but when it comes to using those words, their mind goes blank
Yeah.
because they are not aware of it. They feel anxious. So the best way to cope up with the anxiety is meditation. I also suggest you to do meditation if you think you have no time.
No, actually, I do meditation. At least I do breath work in the morning for at least 10 minutes, and it makes me feel so calm. And also, I feel
Great.
that meditation really helps with overthinking. I overthink a lot.
Because a lot of problems starts when we think about past or maybe future and we miss this present moment.
Yeah, so meditation really helps in that sense. Also, along with meditation, I also write. I do journaling regularly, so that also
Great.
helps to get over my anxiety, or when I'm very stressed or something's going on in my head, I do write. So it makes me feel really good.
Yes. Now, see, when you do journaling, so if you want to improve your English, you can start writing a journal in English. You can start it adding up this language into your life, giving space to this language, like by writing journal in English, by maybe when you are even in the kitchen or even in your room, you're doing something, then you are folding your clothes. So you can just start describing that thing in English in 2 minutes, describing small actions in English. It will be really helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. And three tips you would give to our audience to improve their English language. What are the three things they should do?
All right. The three things is firstly listening. Try to listen as much as you can. Even it is something very difficult. People say that they listen, but they don't because they are actually meanwhile listening to other language too. So first tip is listen as much as you can. If you listen to this language for straight 5 to 7 days without listening to any other language, you will see the visible change in your mind and in your speech too. Secondly, try to read aloud. Reading habit. Reading text aloud. At least 1 to 2 pages. Because when you read aloud, so it will be your speaking practice too, and your mind is engaged in that speaking text too. And thirdly is started thinking in English. Try to schedule a real time for this language. Like, don't say I have to manage 1 to 2 hours. Start with a 5 minutes. And in that 5 minute, practice different things. Like 2 minutes, you have to describe a certain action. 3 minutes, just to select a random object and start making sentences in English regarding the benefits of that object. So these three techniques I would like reading, listening, firstly listening, then reading, and start describing the small actions.
Yeah, okay. And how important you think grammar is? I never pay attention to grammar much. I'm like, I know that always, sometimes I make mistakes, also grammatical mistakes. But what I feel is that I should be able to communicate and convey my message clearly rather than focusing on my grammar. So that is more important to me. But as a tutor, what do you think about it? Like, people should work on their grammar, or they should just listen and start speaking and practice. They should do practice, and then they will improve gradually.
For basic level speaker, grammar is important. Like if you even don't know about the basic sentence structure, and your sentence structure is not organized. So for basic sentence structure, it's important for basic beginner level speakers. Grammar is important, but for intermediate or advanced level speaker who can speak the basic English, like they're familiar with the words like come here, go there, they're familiar with such words, then for them it's not important. Because if you will focus on the grammar, then your mind will feel disturbed and distracted. But for beginner, it is important. Not all the tenses, the concept of the tenses, because in our schools, uh, we have taught about the academic grammar. That was quite tough. The
Yeah.
active voices, passive voices, direct, indirect. You don't need to do that. You can simply learn the concept. Like if you want to talk about your daily routine, go ahead with the first form of verb. If you want to talk about something that happened, go with the second form. If it's not like so far, you can go with the second form. If it's like long time ago, you can go with the third form. So this basic familiarity needs to be important, but it's not that much important.
Basics you should know, right?
Yes, basics you should know so that you can organize your compose your sentence actually.
How we can improve our vocabulary.
Okay, so the reading practice I have suggested you, when you will read the page, like one page, then in that page, there might be one to two words that you are not familiar with. So you can write down that word. So by reading practice, you can do meanwhile the vocabulary practice and speaking practice also. You can note down the unfamiliar words from that specific book. And then later on, you can search those words on the Cambridge English Dictionary and understand. On daily basis, I think two to three vocabulary words are enough. And by reading practice, you can learn the vocabulary.
Okay.
That's the quite easy way. It requires, I think, 5 minutes every single day to read anything.
So Anna, I used to do that maybe like 2, 3 years back, whenever I used to read something or hear a podcast or something. So what I would do, I do the same thing. Like I would write it in a notebook. I had created this notebook for vocabulary,
Mhm.
and I would write those words in that book. But later, I would not remember the meaning of those words either, or I wasn't able to use that in my regular communication. So I feel
Hmm.
that does like how we can write these words with meaning and then also remember to use it while speaking to people.
Yes, all right. That's a very common problem. Like we learn vocabulary words, but then our mind goes blank. So for
Yeah.
this one, there is a technique that I recommend my students mostly is, for instance, today we have learned two to three words. Then we provide them sometimes a wallpaper for their cell phone where these three words are written with the images. Because our mind think in pictures. For instance, we have learned a word riveting, which means something which is very interesting. So we'll draw a Mercedes logo in front of riveting word. So it will be saved in your memory. You don't need to just go to the Google again and search the meaning of that word. You are relating the word with the image of it. And then you can set that word on your wallpaper with the Mercedes logo. So every time you will tap on your screen, you have that word and you are revising it. So when you revise something again and again and again, it's through image, then it will be saved in your memory. Then you don't need to force yourself for that word. It is just like you are spending some time with the person who say this word cool. Then you will ultimately, after 1 week, you'll started saying the same word cool, 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 right? So you just need to revise. What we do is we are writing it and then we just place the diary somewhere and forget about the word, right? So you try to draw different images. When you learn a new word, draw three images that comes to your mind when you think of that word. Like maybe when you learn a word riveting, so draw three different logos of some brands that you can't resist to buy. Then you can relate yourself through it. Every time you will have a look on that brand, so you can recall the word. And you can, the best way is set a wallpaper with that word for at least 2 days.
And why you connected this interesting word with Mercedes? You find that car very interesting or what?
Yes, it is so appealing to me. That's why.
Okay, okay. So you're
Yeah, the
suggesting.
logo is very much interesting. The logo is very much interesting, and the struggle of that person. Actually, I have watched a documentary about Mercedes. So the person actually struggled a lot, and after a lot of struggle, when he died, then he got that success when he died.
Yeah, after his death, he got this.
Yes. Yes, yes.
And what is the
And
name
then
of
the
the,
car was like the yes, yes, what you saying?
I was asking the name of the documentary. I would be interested to watch that.
It was on the same, like the full name of the person was Mercedes something. The something, but I didn't remember that. But when you will write the Mercedes documentary, so there will be documentary about 3 to 4 people, as there is a chain. That's why it has such a luxurious brand they have.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you're suggesting that if, for example, if we are learning three words today, so every single day we should change the profile picture of our phone like that, the
Yes,
image.
yes, every single day. Yes, every single day you have to just, you can just capture a screenshot and you can just set it on your wallpaper. Like you have learned one new word today, then the previous 2 words and a new word. Just you need to set it on your wallpaper. Just add up your words every single day. And every time you can turn on your screen so you can have a look on the words. Because almost, I think, in 24 hours, so many times we dab on our screen to open our phone,
Yeah,
so we can just set it. It's our companion nowadays.
that's a problem, I think, that we have to
Yes,
restrict our use of phone.
exactly. We can't restrict ourselves, but we can, I think, use the technology for our benefit if we are self-aware. Because a lot of people just try to surfing through internet and they're not interested for their personal growth. And then they are like, social media is useless.
Yeah, I scrolling through Instagram, Facebook all the time.
Yes, but it is the main source of our income, I believe.
It's good for marketing as well.
Yes, it's very good.
Hmm.
It is. So tell me which language you are interested to learn.
Um, I'm not, English is also not something that I'm learning continuously. It's like I hear podcast, I read. So gradually I feel that I'm improving in English language. And normally I speak in Hindi, but I'm not thinking of any third language to learn right now.
All right. That's great. Okay, because I think that when you learn new languages, so you explore new cultures, you explore new mindsets. When you're learning a Spanish, so your mindset would be really different. All right. When you learn Spanish or when you learn Italian, your mindset is very different because every language have a specific culture. So I think you should try Spanish.
I would definitely, and also I feel that learning a new language helps in terms of your improving your learning ability as well. Your brain power also improves with learning something new, and especially a language.
Yes, exactly. You, because now you are thinking in diversity. You are thinking with diversity in different directions. Your
Mm.
scope broadened, your interactions also, and you also it improve your confidence because when you think that you are doing something that lot of people around you not doing, you ultimately got the confidence. Because when I started, I had zero confidence. Even if when people just appreciate me, I was like, no, they are just cracking jokes on me.
They're lying.
And it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, so it was like that. So it is very important that you should understand that who you are and what are your capabilities. So don't doubt your capabilities. Don't doubt your talents.
Correct. I started actually learning Spanish language like maybe 2 years back, and I have this problem that I start new things. I will be very enthusiastic initially, and then later, after a month or two, I'll be like, no, I can't do this, and I quit. Then I will do something else. So, does this happens to you as well, or what would you suggest to those people who
Hmm.
do these kind of things? Like they will start and then they will not finish anything. I do that.
All right. Yes, in this one, that's why for success, discipline and consistency is important because you can't stay motivated all the time. In these 4 years, I have had this thought that, okay, I need to quit now. I need to quit now. I need to quit now because lot of things you are going on around you. You have to handle a lot of things. So then consistency matters. Even if the days you are feeling like you are not okay and you don't want to do this, you have to do this. Then this is the discipline and this is the consistency. Same goes with the language learning too. Mostly students stay motivated for 1 week or maybe 2 weeks. After that, they are like, it is getting difficult now. I can't do it. Let's quit it. Or let's try some shortcut. They are like this. But sustainable things, even if it's a language or it's a communication, it require consistency. For instance, even if today you are not feeling okay, then give 5 minutes. Force yourself to do it. This is called discipline. And discipline is difficult. Consistency is very difficult. When you are waking up at 5 a.m. and you're making a video, and you are not feeling like you have to make a video, but you have to make a video. That's the discipline. So for that one, you can't stay motivated all the time, but you understand why you are doing it. If your why is strong, then your how is very easy. That's the most important thing you need to remember.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you read self-help books also?
Yes, I read. I read. What I do basically is because I just go with the summaries of the book, the short audio summaries. I prefer to read those, or I prefer to short summaries of the videos. For instance, if I like any book, I'll go to the YouTube and I search for its short summary, and then I get some points regarding the communication, and that's all. I don't read the full books.
That's- And where do you hear this summaries on YouTube or some app?
Yes, on YouTube. Before that, I tried the Blinkist, and now I on YouTube I prefer.
Okay. And as you were talking about fear, self-doubt, lack of confidence, but today when I'm speaking to you, you are coming across very confident person. Like it feels like you have worked on yourself a lot. So, how did you overcome that lack of confidence?
Hmm. It's just like when you face your fears a lot. For instance, if you have stage fright, start participating in such kind of activities that help you to face people. Initially, it will be a disaster. Second time, again, a disaster. At least for the first 5 times, it will be a complete disaster. But the sixth one, you will rise like a very strong and confident person because now you are used to it. You keep putting yourself in most uncomfortable scenarios. So I put myself in the most uncomfortable scenarios. Like if I have had this thought in my mind that I don't need to do this, that's fine. That's okay if I won't do that. But I plunge myself into that. So if you have fear to speak to strangers, then start talking to strangers because you can only reduce it by interacting with your fear. But first identify that what your fear is. First identify it and why you have this fear. Because the one thing is very common, people will judge us. So what will happen? Nothing will happen if they'll judge you. Is it change you? No, it won't. You have to change yourself. You have to work on yourself. If you understand this short thing that people judgments are just telling you how they see you in their minds, not in your mind how you are. So this thing I think matters a lot. You can just remove your fear by plunging yourself into that situations. Even if you have fear of in swimming, if someone have this fear of depth, so there is a one thing that you can dive into the deep. That's the only thing to remove your fear. So you have to face your fear directly. Start interacting with the people. One thing is they say that I can't do it. That's very easy to say. Or I am an introvert. I am shy. If you keep speaking these things about yourself, so you will never be able to speak English. You'll never be able to communicate to people because you are already thinking in your mind. Even if you are spending 1 year, 2 years, it will be useless because you feed yourself this thing in mind that I can't do it or I am a shy person. For instance, it's like if you have this fear to talk to any native speaker. So there are a lot of apps you can interact with phoners, natives actually. You can just interact with them and reduce your fear, as it can't be removed but reduced.
Yeah. And I also feel that your words hold such power, your words are your reality. Whatever you speak, like if you say, I cannot do this, then it becomes your reality that you won't be able to do it. So it
Yes,
is very important to have affirmations, like speak positively to yourself that I can do it.
exactly.
I mean, like things are difficult, initially, obviously, but practicing it and continuously working on it will remove that fear, or as you said,
Exactly. Positive
reduce that fear,
self-talk.
not remove but reduce.
Yes, it can be reduced. But there is almost always 1% fear in yourself. So at that moment, you have to dictate yourself that it's fine, it's totally fine, it's okay.
Yeah. And one last thing, I have heard a lot about the importance of taking pauses while speaking. And I have this issue that when I'm speaking to somebody, I rush through the conversation. Maybe it is because of lack of confidence, or sometimes especially when I'm nervous, then I rush through the conversation.
Mhm.
I'm like, I need to finish this. Or while I'm presenting something during a presentation, I'm like, I need to finish this. And I will just talk very in a fast pace. So, how
Hmm.
important taking pauses are. And also, along with that, sometimes it happens that when you take a pause, it should not be awkward. Sometimes it is like awkward pauses. So, how to
Hmm.
work on those pauses?
Yes. Okay, so first of all, when it comes to pauses, as an initial speaker, you will never understand that when to take a pause. So for this one, I would suggest you try to emulate, try to copy certain speaker. The best one, I believe, is Sushmita Sen and Jay Shetty. These two speakers are amazing. When you listen to her, then you can see that even if you watch her videos in shorts, so she knows how to take pose and when to take pose. Start doing that. Just watch her video, Sushmita Sen or Jay Shetty video. After that, the 30-second video, and then just write down any one dialogue by her, and then you try to copy in the same way. Then you will understand where she is taking the pause, take a pause, where she is just going with the flow, go with the flow. First, try to copy. And after trying this technique of copying some speakers, you will get to know that when to take a pause. Then, after 7 days, it will become your habit. Because initially, if I tell you that, okay, you have to take a pause when there is a period, there is a comma, you never know when there is a period, there is a comma.
Hmm.
But one thing is, whenever you're trying to deliver something important, so just lower down your pitch before delivering something important. Like, I'm going to talk about, and then you can start with some higher pitch with 1 second minor pause, which is a very short pause, 1 second minor pause. So before delivering something important, you can take a pause. And taking pause after segments is important in your speech so that your audience can digest. When you talk, so try to talk slowly, as much slow as you can, so that your audience can understand what you're trying to say. When you talk slowly and copying the speaker, then you get to know when to take a pause because you never know as an initial speaker how to take it, when to take it. So start with the 30-second shots, and Sushmita Sen has an incredible speech stuff. She has an incredible stuff. I really admire her. And I also copy her. I learn these pauses stuff from her. I copy her a lot.
Yeah.
I would prefer that you guys also do that.
Actually, I do. I watch her videos. I'm a big fan of Sushmita Sen. I just love her mindset, her confidence, and her humility
Yes.
and the way she treats people. I just adore that. So I watch her interviews. Also, I hear Jay Shetty's podcast as well. Yeah, so I do listen to both of them. And
Yeah.
suggestion, by the way.
Sorry, what you said?
I said nice suggestion. The tip
All
that
right. Yeah.
you gave to work on the pauses, I think
Yes.
I will try that.
Yeah, try it. That's incredible because both of these speakers are really thankful towards their audience. When they talk, it's like the humbleness or kindness is in their words,
Yes.
right? Because it's in their mind first. So it's again about the mindset. When your mind is calm, you actually rush when your mind is not composed. You try to finish it up because your mind is saying, there's a problem, just get out of here, other way it will be an insulting situation, right? So that's why just make sure that you have a control on your mind. A controlled mind have a very controlled and amazing speeches.